Hello and welcome. This is the weekly show that brings you the top 5 digital and social media news you need to know for this week in less than 5 minutes. I'm Nachi Lazarus and this is the Connected Church News for leaders of non-profits, churches and faith-based organizations. This week we have news from YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook and Apple. All of this in just 5 minutes. Let's get started. Our first big news is from WhatsApp. WhatsApp announced last week that they are imposing an additional restriction on how frequently a message is being forwarded on their platform. And WhatsApp says this is an effort to reduce or curtail the spread of misinformation. Misinformation has become a big issue or a problem on social media and also on private media apps, especially on apps like WhatsApp, where forwarding has become such a big culture. And WhatsApp says that starting last week, any message that has been forwarded 5 or more times will now face a new limit that will prevent any user from forwarding it to more than one chat or one contact at a time. So will this reduce misinformation? We'll have to wait and watch, but definitely seems like a step forward in that direction. Our next news is from Apple. Not just from Apple, but from Apple and Google about a potential collaboration or partnership. Who would have ever thought that Apple and Google will collaborate on something? But they are collaborating, and that too for a good cause. At a time like this during COVID-19, Google and Apple are announcing a joint effort to enable the use of Bluetooth technology to help governments and health agencies reduce the spread of the virus with user privacy and security central to the design. That's what the announcement says. Well, this has been a trend of or a topic that many experts have been discussing around the world, whereas there is a balance between privacy and also using technology to control the spread of coronavirus. And Apple and Google will be launching a comprehensive solution that includes APIs, application programming interface, and operating system level technology to assist in enabling contact tracing. I will link to the article in the show notes. Very interesting article. Do have a look. Our next news is from YouTube. YouTube has been adding new features into its YouTube Studio section. If you are a heavy user of YouTube, I know many ministries and non-profits use YouTube a lot. So if you're one of them, then pay attention to this because they have added some very interesting features, including the one that says how many people have received your bell notification. Have you ever wondered how many subscribers received that bell notification, and out of that how many clicked, and because of that how many views you got? So now all these analytics details and numbers are available inside YouTube Studio. There are also other details related to artificial intelligence, which gives you suggestions on how to grow your channel, how to increase your views, and also about safety and so on. So if you haven't checked out YouTube Studio recently, then I highly recommend you go check out. I'll also link to the article that lists all these updates from YouTube. Our next news is about churches and ministries receiving help from Facebook and Google with useful tips, tools and resources. Last week, Google released an article that talked about how faith-based organizations can use their resources to help their congregation. For example, Google talked about how to host services, prayer meetings and study groups online. It talked about live streaming. It talked about various Google Docs and calendars and Hangouts and various ways in which you can use this. And similarly, Facebook also released series of resources that could help churches and ministries, including an entire downloadable toolkit. So I'm going to link to both of these in the show notes. Do download them and have a look. This can be really, really helpful. Some of the tips given are very good, and it's also very interesting, and it really touches my heart on how these companies are rising up to notice the importance of faith-based organizations. God bless those representatives who are inside these organizations that are enabling this, and how they are all coming forward to help faith-based organizations. I love that. Our final news of this week is from Instagram, and we've got 3 big updates from Instagram in the last few days. First is IGTV. IGTV gets a redesign, design uplift with creators at the center of it all. So you open up the app, you will see creators being focused, and also the Discover tab, which looks really nice. The second and third items are related to the browser version of Instagram on the desktop. So if you log into Instagram.com, you can do 2 things now. One is check your direct messages, which was not available a few weeks ago. They've been rolling it out for the last few weeks, but now the rollout seems to be complete worldwide. So you can check your direct messages on your browser. And the second is you can also watch Instagram live streams from your browser. So anybody that you're following, if they're streaming live, now you can watch that on your browser. Pretty big updates from Instagram side last week. Well, that's all I have for you this week. Thank you for joining me. I truly appreciate it. If you'd like to dig deeper into any of the stories we talked about, we've got all the source links and details in our news page, nachilazarus.com/news. Do check it out. I will see you next week with another set of news items. Until then, stay connected, stay blessed, and stay safe. God bless you during this time of crisis. God be with you. Bye-bye.